Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Defenders. Now, if you don't know, I did not do a review for Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones, and or Daredevil Season 2, but I have watched all of those. I did do a review for Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Last series before this was Iron Fist, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was the weakest of all the shows. Most of the episodes just weren't compelling. The fighting was absolute garbage, but the actors, I did not blame. Some of the actors did a great job, like Colleen Wing, who is in this show, which I'll get to in a bit. There will be spoilers, but I'll say spoilers like 10 times before I actually start talking about it. But it was a decent show that needed a lot of work. But I'm here to tell you, I just want to get this out of the way because people really hate on Iron Fist. The guy who plays Iron Fist, everything about that was a whole lot better in this show, and I have hopes for Season 2 that'll be much better, because the main reason the show sucked so bad was because they wanted to rush to this, and with good reason, because this show is amazing. Now, I want to say firsthand that before you go into the show, do not expect Avengers where they just come together like that. This is an 8-episode series. They're about an hour long. Some are shorter than others. But they really do a good job of, like the very first episode, none of them meet. None of them meet at all. They all have their each individual stories that, intelligently, come together on I think, seamlessly. But let me first get into Matthew Murdock, aka Daredevil. He's probably one of the best actors I've ever seen. Charlie Cox, is that his name? I don't remember. He's a phenomenal actor. He does such a good job. Also, Jessica Jones, the girl what I first saw her in, which was Breaking Bad. She does an amazing job. I loved seeing Luke Cage and Iron Fist's relationship, and I really liked the interactions that Matt had with Jessica, and just all the interactions they all had. Stick being there, but yeah, the show starts off very slow, and it picks up later on. So you have to know that going in. Don't expect the first 2 episodes to be action packed. You have to get into it. Also, Foggy is back along with Karen. Trish is there, and basically all the side characters are in this, although they have only minor parts. Colleen has kind of a bigger part, and so does obviously Night Nurse. But you're dealing with the Hand. We also have Sigourney Weaver, Ripley, one of the most amazing actresses around, because she's just amazing in everything she does. But this show was amazing. I like this, I think, more than the first Avengers movie. The first Avengers movie is awesome, and it's cool, and it's great to see all those heroes together. It is. But in a world where that's kind of becoming common, I still felt like this had such good writing, and the characters, are so good that this was better than that, because, it's not just like, oh, there's ninja bad guys. We have to come together, and we have to beat them, because this is what we have to do. These are 4 very, very different people, each very independent people, who don't really like asking others for help. They don't. And they don't expect it. So, them coming together is not something that's going to happen easily. They kind of have to get used to it. And it works very well. And, their team-up is used for a lot of comedy. And there's also a lot of serious parts in there. And I felt like the way it connected to Daredevil more and Iron Fist than Jessica Jones' story and Luke Cage. Not that their story is important in this show, but as for like their bad guys and what happened in their shows, wasn't very important to the overall plot. That was more Iron Fist and Daredevil's plot that kind of moved the main story forward. But I loved Jessica's seeing Luke again because that was cool. And overall, in the fight scenes in the show, if you have problems with Iron Fist, I am here to tell you, oh my gosh, are they amazing in this show? They're so good. Oh, I mean, most of them are just good, but the amazing ones I'd have to say is episode 3, and then the final episode, episode 8's finale. Episode 8, by the way, the last 20 minutes are just, oh, it's amazing. But this show has some of the best fighting. Oh, it's so good. It's so much fun. And Elektra's back. She is the bad guy. But, you know, it's so good. I love this show. It was really good. I want to watch it again, but the thing with me is, like, once I watch a show, I don't want to rewatch it. I don't know why. But I just might watch the last episode. Okay, because that episode was so good. Yeah, overall, this show was great. I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed Daredevil, and even though Iron Fist was not good, you need to watch this. So yeah. Now we're getting into spoilers. And I decided, right now, at the top of my head, that I'm just going to make this a 2-parter video. That way, it gets me more views, and I just have more videos up on my channel. So, yeah. Although it was kind of a crappy conclusion to my last video. Doesn't matter. Anyway. What I was saying. Right. Spoiler time. So, the leader of the Hand is, Sigourney Weaver. Then you have Madame Gao. You have that, I don't freaking remember, Bakudo from Iron Fist. And then another person I don't recognize from anything. And then this black guy that they just introduced for this show. But yeah. Matthew's trying to deal with not being Iron Fist. Not trying to be Daredevil because, you know, if you remember at the end of Season 2 of Daredevil, both his friends found out who he was, and so now he's just trying to, you know, live a normal life, but you can tell that he's not happy with it. He hears the screaming of children and people in pain, and he can hear all that throughout the whole city, and it bugs him. You can tell he really needs this. Jessica, luckily at the end of the show, she's starting her investigations again, so she's finally going to be doing that again, but for the entire time since Jessica Jones, she really hasn't been doing much but drinking. It's kind of sad. Luke Cage just got out of prison, and Iron Fist has been trying to track down more of the Hand, you know, and kind of failing on his own. What I really liked about Iron Fist in the show is he's definitely more likable. He's definitely the lightest of all of them, because, you know, they're all, like, tragic with their tragic backgrounds and stuff, but he's the most, I'm trying to figure out the right word for it. He's the most lighthearted, because, like, you know, when the whole, like, aspect of a team being brought together is a thing, like, nobody else really wants to do it. It's like, well, I want to defeat the Hand. Seems like what's going on with you guys is kind of leading you to that path, so I say, yeah, I'm all for it. And it's cool. I love him and Luke because, you know, I know that they're going to be best friends, because in the comics they are best friends, and, you know, they're the heroes for hire. And, you know, it's just always good to see that happen. Also, we got mentions for Kilgrave, which I know he's not in it. I know he's dead, but when David Tennant's mentioned, you have to accept it and love it. Love every second of it. But, the reasons for what the Hand are doing are a little That may be one of the weakest parts of the show for me, because I don't really understand it. And then Misty Knight, I'm glad she's in it, but I also just, I don't know, sometimes it felt like it brought it down, because she has no idea what's going on. So it just feels like the show's just, like, slowing down when she starts asking questions. Like, because we already know. You don't. But, oh yeah, speaking of which, she got her hand chopped off at the end of the show. She got her hand chopped off. And I know in the comics she has, like, a freaking robot hand. So, yeah. Maybe she'll have a robot hand next season of Luke Cage. I don't know, but that'd be freaking cool. Also, the only other thing I don't like about the show is how they don't really mention anything else that happens in the MCU. They've mentioned the incident, which was, the first Avengers movie, but ever since then they haven't really mentioned anything. And you think some of it would be, like, really important. Like the Accords. Because if this takes place, after, Civil War, they'd have to, be on, or at least, Iron Fist, maybe not Iron Fist, because, he's been on, doing stuff, like, outside of the world, but Jessica and Luke Cage would have need to, even though they're not, like, those level type of heroes, they would still have to, like, register for having superpowers, but whatever. Yeah, and then, so much to say, but I don't know what I should, because I want to spoil, but I don't want to, like, say everything, because you just go watch it. This whole review is just trying to convince you to watch it, but, yeah, we finally get to learn more about the Hole, which is, cool, what's going on down there. Elektra she was great as always. We also got a trailer for Punisher, because we're getting Punisher, and I'm excited for that. 1 pad, 2 pad. That is the freaking Defenders, yo. But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't know what else to say to you. Like, you need to go watch this show. It's great. I love it, especially if you love these characters. But that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Sharing helps out a ton. Don't forget to subscribe. Go watch this on Netflix, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.